Thank Mr. Tom Traylen for coming on and speaking with us here in California. Tommy, what's your title and what do you do in the UK?
Well, I'm the company director of Traylen Enterprises and Movie Makers, and our prime business is renting location vehicles to the film and TV industry.
So tell me about infrastructure in London, especially. Let's talk about studio facilities. What are the major players over there right now?
Studio wise, I mean, it's been phenomenal the last few years. The expansion has gone off the scale. So the Pinewood Group, which owns Pinewood Studios and Shepperton, amongst others, I think they've got some studios in the US as well. Pinewood already built 10 new stages in 2019, which were state of the art to add to what they already had. They've currently got zoning to build another 20. These are not small stages, they're on full scale. I'd say they're probably at least 60, 70 feet high, maybe more. And they're probably 20,000 square feet,
Wow.
some are 30. And then you've got Shepperton Studios, I think with its expansion that it's currently just had and in the middle of, has potentially made it number 2 or number 3 in the world in size wise.
Wow.
I mean, it is incredible the transformation that it's undertaken. We've also got Leavesden, which is owned by Warner Brothers. That's expanded probably six to eight stages over the last 5 or 6 years. I think they've now got zoning for another 10.
Wow.
You've also got there's a new studio out near Reading, which is about 30 miles from me. That's brand new, 17 stages, state of the art. I mean, I had a look at the facility; it was amazing.
And these all have back lots so they can do outdoor sets, major builds, Adams, most of them, I would say.
Most of them,
Right.
probably, yeah, the most substantive back lots are in Pinewood and Shepperton. Leavesden's got an incredible site. That's quite a large site, so they've
Right.
got some good back lots. There's some big features have been done from there.
Now that's permanent infrastructure. Let's say that all of the stage space is booked. When I was there, we were using a military base, a closed down military base where they built tanks in World War II. And I noticed the facility was very large. What they did is they fixed the roof, fixed all the leaks, and we shot inside of the buildings that, were the manufacturing facilities back in World War II. But they also built a very large set for Aladdin in the back lot. That was very huge, in my opinion. Bigger than a lot of the scale that I've seen in the United States. So, can you expand on that?
Well, that's Longcross Studios.
Longcross, correct?
That's just down the road from we're located in Chertsey, so we're probably 5 minutes by car from Shepperton Studios, probably 5 to 8 minutes from Longcross, and maybe 20 minutes from Pinewood, 30 minutes from Leavesden. So we're pretty much in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Leavesden, it's a little bit smaller than you would have seen it in recent years because they've built some housing development on a chunk of it, but that's only taken probably 15% of it away.
Right.
A lot of the old buildings have actually been demolished. They've built new sound stages on there now. There's still probably 50% of the old ones there and in use, but there's been some new, I would guess around 10,000 square foot facilities. They've been putting them up pretty quickly all over.
So it sounds like you guys have made a major push for infrastructure, permanent brick and mortar infrastructure in
Yes.
the country. And let's talk about crews. How many very qualified shooting crews do you think that London has now at this point? Because when I was there, I saw projects. We were doing Aladdin, they were doing the Harry Potter. I think one of the James Bonds was up and filming. I mean, there must be a good 10 very competent world class crews that you can pull from. And I would imagine by this time, even more than 10 world class crews. What do you think that number is?
I don't know the exact number, but it far exceeds that.
Far
I mean,
exceeds.
yeah, there could easily be 20 big features on in the UK.
Wow.
I mean, we've only spoke about London,
Right.
and there's, in addition to what we've already said, studio wise, there's already 2 or 3 in addition to that under construction. If you go into Wales, there's three or four film studios there. Not on the caliber of London,
Right.
but they're still there and functional. Scotland is up and coming.
Right.
Well, we still haven't got out of the UK yet.
Right. Yeah. With
But there's lots of other satellite places. Yeah. Then if you go in, so as far as cruise, I would say the cruise in the UK easily must equal that of in the US from expertise.
right. So we're talking probably well over 100 competent crews that could do projects and fulfill a major feature. Filming a major feature in the country alone, your country alone.
Yeah, you've only got to look at the movies that have come out of the UK in the last few years.
Right.
I mean, it's the list is immense.
Right.
Yeah, if you go into I mean, I remember when I first because I've operated equipment in the US for 25 years.
Yes.
So I'm blessed to have seen how you work as well. And yeah, the UK and Europe have definitely upped their game over that time. Um, dare to say we've caught up with you.
Right.
And but Europe, when I first went into Europe in the mid 90s, there was very little infrastructure. That's all changed. Europe have seen what the UK was doing, and they want their slice of the cake.
Right.
So everyone is up their game.
So other countries are looking at what you guys are getting, the jobs that it's bringing in, and they want a piece of the pie too. And they're starting to build the infrastructure and offer the incentives to lure these jobs to those countries and abroad from the United States.
I don't suppose it's they're not intentionally targeting the work. They're just happy to get whatever work they can.
Right.
But it's ultimately they're US productions. That's where the money's coming from.
Right.
I mean, it's what I've always seen. So yeah, I mean, Spain has probably I've seen studios come and go in Spain, but they've got a brilliant climate and the potential for some really good facilities there. France is a little bit more tricky because with their unions, that there's a bit more of a cost issue there.
Okay.
With their reduced hours they can work. But Germany is certainly taking its fair share. If you go into Hungary, Czechoslovakia, they've grabbed hold of their share as well.
Right.
Italy, let's not forget Italy and Malta. I mean, Malta has got probably one of the best, if not the best, outdoor water areas that you
Isn't that where they did some of the Fast and Furious on the islands out there? And
that was Tenerife.
Tenerife, thank you.
Yeah, we actually did Fast. We were fortunate to be part of the whole of Fast 6, a small part of Fast 7 and 8.
Yeah.
But we also did 9 and 10.
Yes.
Although I would say certainly on 10, I think there was to my surprise, there was a large amount of that done on green screen.
Right. Right. Well, technology is advancing fast, and
sure.
I think it's going to be something that we have to contend with in the next. I mean, it's coming faster than any of us have expected. So even now, but 10 years from now, imagine where it's going to be. I'm going to pause and I'm going to come back in just a second with another part so we don't stretch this out too long.